No, you're not back in 2017, and no, you haven't read the title wrong. This video is indeed about Jake Paul. It's gonna be one of them ones, guys. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's right. Today's video is going to be one of them videos where we take a bunch of topics and we put them all into one video. You guys seem to enjoy these ones. I enjoy doing them, so I'm going to try and do them as much as I possibly can. But quickly, I do just want to say, I have personally set myself a challenge. I woke up yesterday morning, I thought to myself, you know what? I haven't been uploading as much recently. And personally, I am appalled in myself. And that is why I have given myself the personal challenge of uploading on this channel at least 6 times a week up until the end of the year. So we'll see how that goes. And the reason I do say 6 times a week and not every day is because, granted, you guys are going to get sick of me really, really quickly. So I will give you guys a break. So yeah, guys, if you could just give me some moral support in the comments, because honestly, I'm gonna need it. But yeah, apart from that, the same old malarkey. If you want to subscribe, you can. If you don't want to, you also don't have to. Let's get into the video. Now, before we get into the Jake Paul stuff, we can kind of ease ourselves into it, you know, with the B-Tech Jake Paul in Bryce Hall. Now, Quen Blackwell, I'm sorry if that's pronounced wrong, actually posted a TikTok about Addison Rae and Bryce Hall. Basically, as a bunch of you guys probably already know, Bryce Hall and Addison Rae have this little thing together where they kind of get together, then they split up, then they argue, then they get back out. All this stuff, right? Okay, it's actually a bit boring. And as much as usually with these type of scenarios, I would just be like, oh, I'm just gonna mind my own business, I don't really care. But they don't half force it down your throat, do they? Now, obviously, Quen Blackwell also seemed to have this similar belief and actually posted a TikTok a little bit jokey where it was like Addison Rae and Bryce Hall, and it cuts to Quen basically crying in her arms. To which Griffin Johnson, who's Dixie D'Amelio's ex and Bryce Hall's like best mate or whatever, actually posted a TikTok responding to that, basically like pulling a face as if like, what are you doing? That's my friend. How dare you insult him? And then this always went full circle, and Quen Blackwell responded to Griffin Johnson, responded to Bryce Hall and Addison Rae with this.
I mean, you did make a diss track about your ex-girlfriend who has moved on, that you cheated on. And I'm the weird one? Priorities. Priorities, Griffy.
Yeah, I reckon that's 1-0 Quen, if I'm honest. But yeah, if you didn't quite catch that, a few months ago we reacted to Griffin Johnson's diss track on Dixie D'Amelio after he cheated on her and she moved on. I think it was called like Convenient or something. It was awful, right? Let me remind ourselves.
You don't think I know, but I know a little bit. Yeah, I'm a fucking glow.
Yeah, it's actually probably worse than I remember, if I'm honest. But yeah, fair enough. If Griffin Johnson's gonna come and try and defend your relationship, it's probably the last person you want to do that. But regardless, okay, at this point it is still quite playful. It really isn't that deep. But then Griffin Johnson actually responded saying this.
I mean, you are the girl that supports a guy that has multiple accusations of being a child groomer, so...
Yeah, it did get a little bit deep, I'm not gonna lie. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't exactly know who he was talking about here. After reading the comments, I think it's about Diplo, but I honestly don't know too much about the story, so I don't know if it's true, if it's not, or what, anything to do with it, really. But then I think it's also worth noting that Griffin Johnson deleted the TikTok shortly after, and then went on to tweet this. I'm just gonna drop it, really wasn't that deep to begin with, just annoying. Anyone that could continue to make videos after seeing the comment sections is disgusting. We're all human, and nobody deserves that. I love how it's always the people that preach mental health that do shit like this. I never even was mad, but I will support my friends no matter what. This wasn't about me, this was me trying to stick up for my friends because of the horrible comments they were receiving. That's where I want the attention to be focused, not on the stupid drama. Let her have her moment, but just realize how disgusting it is to support that behavior. Now, I'm not gonna lie, okay? You could sit there and agree with a lot of the stuff that Griffin Johnson has said so far. But I don't know if it's just me, okay? But the original TikTok that set this all off really isn't that deep. It's just a video of her like crying, and I realize that he's going on about like the comment section, but he did respond to Quen's TikTok in the first place as if he was pissed off about that. So I just don't understand why it was that deep. But then there's Quen Blackwell, who I don't really know barely anything about, if I'm honest, did also then take it a bit deep with like the whole like cheating Dixie thing and whatnot. So I think they're just all as bad as each other, aren't they? Addison Rae herself actually came out and started responding this and said, I can't believe being hateful has become normalized. Why are people so mean to people they don't actually know? And also commented on Quen Blackwell's original TikTok saying, I'm happy. And to be fair, if she is happy, who the fuck are we to say anything really about her relationship? Like, yeah, make funny little jabs, and that's what I think the original TikTok was, to be honest. I don't think there's anything wrong with the original TikTok. But if there is people in the comment section actually getting genuinely upset over the fact that they're in a relationship, maybe they just need to grow up. I mean, I guess that is ironic because most people on TikTok are young, but yeah, that's what you need to remember. They're just kids who are getting angry over nothing, really. Like, I will sit here and make as many jokes as humanly possible, but you'll never see me actually get genuinely angry over the fact that two YouTubers are in a relationship who are a bit cringe. Like, that doesn't even make sense to me. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I would love to hear your thoughts down below. And now for the next topic, okay, this is going to be a pretty quick one. We'll get through this pretty quickly, but it's a little bit of positivity, I guess. The People's Choice Awards were yesterday, and James Charles won for the award for beauty. Oh my god, I just found out we won the People's Choice Award for beauty. Thank you, sisters, for voting me. I love you all so much. It's unreal. And Emma Chamberlain actually won 2 People's Choice Awards, one for Best Pop Podcast and one for Social Star of 2020, and said this.
This is so insane to me. 3 years ago when I started my channel, if you guys would have told me that I'd be here right now accepting 2 People's Choice Awards, I would have said that you were lying. And I know everybody says that, but truly, this is mind-blowing to me. Thank you guys so much for supporting me throughout the years. Growing up with me, it's been the craziest, coolest experience of my whole life.
Seriously, okay? A little bit heartwarming, isn't it? Isn't that nice to see? Fucking hell. What's happened to the MARKIE channel? But yeah, congrats to Emma Chamberlain and James Charles. And also, for a video coming up, James Charles was on like a dating show on Twitch called Love a Host. I've watched it quite a few times. It's very enjoyable. But there's also some like cringe moments because like boys trying to win him over. So if you do want to see me react to that as like a full separate video and just react to like the dating show he was on, please let me know because I think that could be a very funny video. But yeah, next up on the agenda, we're not quite at Jake Paul yet. We're actually going for his brother, the one who's a little bit more tolerable. Because Logan Paul actually came out recently with the paparazzi, the Hollywood fix. Like, I mean, who else is it going to be? But he actually came out and said that he could beat up Floyd Mayweather. You know, the person who's like one of the greatest boxers to ever exist. But yeah, let's watch the clip and hear him out. Maybe he's got some good pointers.
If I caught Floyd in a real fight, what's up? If I caught Floyd in a real fight, street fight, whoop his ass. All right. No question. You gotta like MMA, octagon, whoop his ass. Okay. No question. The only place I think Floyd is safe, obviously the boxing ring, but to be honest, I don't give a fuck. Okay. I don't give a fuck. I would fight Floyd anytime, anywhere, any place. Doesn't fucking matter to me. If I caught Floyd with one punch, I would snap this fucker in half.
Oh! Now, I'm not gonna lie. It is a little bit funny hearing him say this after the one fight he had, he got beat by a YouTuber. And bear in mind, KSI's good, man. He's alright for, like, these YouTube boxers. But how are you going to call out the greatest boxer of all time, or arguably the greatest boxer of all time? He is kind of right, because if they did get in the octagon, he probably would win because of his wrestling background and whatnot. I realize this is the most boring thing you guys have ever heard me say. But I just find it so funny how he thinks he can stand in a boxing ring with one of the best boxers of all time. Like, how has his ego got this big? Like, that is genuinely like me calling out the Hulk. You know, if the Hulk was a real person, you know, the big green bastard, that is like me calling him out, okay? It just doesn't make sense.
I'm used to beating up people weaker and shorter than me.
I know.
Bro, I grew up with Jake. Dude, I grew up with Jake. I know. I love Jake. Bro, when I didn't even get paid to be.
So he just said, I'm used to beating up people weaker and smaller, which, doesn't really make much sense when you're talking about someone who's 50 and fucking oh. The guy has never lost, okay? Let's put that in perspective. He's had 50 fights, he's never lost against the best in the world, and Logan Paul thinks he is the kryptonite. Yeah, he's probably had too much to drink. Right, let's actually look through the comments here, okay? But 50 other dudes have said the same thing, just saying. You've got to be joking, right? KSI, I've always been a fan of Logan, but this might be a little bit overboard. You didn't even beat KSI. Basically, people are also thinking he's talking shit. But yeah, if there is anyone who actually cares, who's watched this video, has opinions on this, please do let me know. I realize a lot of you have probably found that topic very, very boring. But yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally going to get to the Jake Paul stuff, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really looking forward to this one. But yeah, it basically started off with Jake Paul tweeting this. I create the first content house, then there's 500 content houses. I start boxing, now every influencer is a boxer. What's next? Y'all gonna get raided by the FBI on purpose? Now let's be completely honest, okay? There are many, many, many things wrong with this tweet. Let's start with the first line. I create the first content house. False. It's as simple as, it's just not true. I mean, just on the top of my head, who have you got? You've got like the Sidemen, FaZe, O2L. There's so many people that started before Team 10. Team 10 wasn't around until 2017. Even I had started YouTube in 2017. Do you know how long before I actually started YouTube I was watching YouTubers in content houses for before I actually started? And also, not to be that guy or anything, but how did Jake Paul's content house actually end up? Does Team 10 even exist anymore? Like, I'm actually genuinely sure that it doesn't even exist anymore. I think the last person I remember being in Team 10 was, who the fuck was it? I mean, Probably like Nick Crompton was the last person I remember actually being in Team 10. And when the fuck was that? Then if we go a little bit further down the tweet, it says, I start boxing now. Every influencer is a boxer. You mean that KSI and Joe Weller started boxing and then you decided to latch on to it instead? Like, every single sentence so far has been a lie. Like, you haven't told one truth in this so far. And I'm giving the benefit of the doubt here, okay? Because he said, I start boxing. I took it as, I start YouTube boxing. Because, I mean, realistically, it's not proper boxing, is it? But yeah, even when I give you the benefit of the doubt of being a YouTube boxer, it's still wrong. And basically, after this happened, you had people like JC Kalen replying, saying, with all due respect, my guy, O2L had the first content house. We were kicking it and shooting every day in Encino before some of these cats were even in LA. To which Jake Paul very originally replied, who? Question mark? I absolutely do not believe that he doesn't know who JC Kalen is, first of all, or O2L. Also, with him saying who, because you know that's kind of like an irrelevancy card or whatever. Jake Paul actually tweeted this, and it was out for about 3 hours before JC Kalen replied. And JC or Kalen replied just saying he's capping, and within 2 minutes of his tweet, it already had more likes than Jake's original tweet. So I just want to put that out there. Then FaZe Banks came out and shown the house that he lived in. I'm assuming with the FaZe guys. I'm not too familiar with FaZe, but that's what I'm going to assume. Saying 8 years ago, before half these fields were even born. Then Tana Mojo came in with probably the deadest tweet I've seen of all of 2020. If you really think about it, the first content house was probably like the White House. Hey? Fucking hell. That's hilarious. Like, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but actually scrolling through her Twitter after I saw this tweet, I can genuinely say I'd rather watch her vlogs than read her tweets, okay? They're awful. But then probably the most important reply of the lot, we had Cam Kirkby reply to this and said, we just gonna act like this didn't exist, and then, he got this interesting image. Oh, God, look at us. So this little fella in the Jordan hat, thinking he was a pro basketball player, even though he's only about 5'9". This is me. This is me looking like a smug little prick. And this, for any of you new subscribers, is what we called the council house. I mean, we didn't call it that. We got insulted about how we lived in a council house. We just ran with it. But yeah, we got Lewis, Dan, and Cam here. The first house we lived in. A few of you, and this is the reason I'm saying it, a few of you might actually remember when we lived in that house if you've been subscribed for a long time. Also, a few of you people might not. But what I had an idea of was I could actually get the four of us together because we all live pretty much in the same area now. And we can do like a big video just reacting to a bunch of stuff. Maybe reacting to like the old council house stuff, or maybe doing like a reaction to stuff that's happened in the past week or so. It could be quite funny, I reckon. So if you would be interested in seeing that, please do let me know. But yeah, to finish off this little topic, I think it is probably worth noting that Jake Paul probably did tweet this to try and promote his fight that's coming up this month. And yes, by the way, he is fighting this month. I mean, no one actually knows, I don't think. Like I said in my last video, has anyone mentioned it yet? I haven't heard anyone mention that he's fighting, okay? So I think he's just trying to promote it. Like, you would like to say maybe mission successful, because it did get a lot more interactions than his usual tweets. But like, no one's read this tweet and thought, oh, I'm gonna watch Jake Paul's fight this month, eh? I can't wait for that. So I don't know what the fuck goes on in his brain, if I'm completely honest. It just baffles me at this point. But now for the final topic, a topic I've left towards the end of the video in case anyone at YouTube is reviewing this. I promise I should get monetized, okay, YouTube? Give me my money. But hopefully they won't get this far, because there's a channel that came out recently called
Family Friendly
Gaming, and Dan, you might have to bleep that word, 'cause I'm pretty sure YouTube do not like that. But yeah, it's a channel with only like 4,500 subscribers, but a bunch of people have been tweeting about it recently, and they uploaded a video called How My PP Hurt So Much, and this is what it was.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Family Friendly.
And for today's video, since I either hit or I'm about to hit 1.5 thousand subscribers.
Yeah, as you can tell, he's a really happy bloke. Now, at first I was wondering, like, what is he doing? Is he outing himself as a pedo or something? But then I actually read his about section on his channel, and it makes complete sense. So he starts off by saying this account is entirely satire and the name and content are not meant to be taken seriously. Which first of all, I do just want to say, I watched a few of the videos. There aren't no jokes in them, so I don't know what's supposed to be satire here. But then he says, my favorite personal sentence: if you have an issue with me, my content, or
Family Friendly,
please contact me on my Discord. What do you mean? Do you know if there's anyone out there who actually does have a problem with then please let me know. There's probably someone out there, I guess. But yeah, mate, you baffled me, honestly. I don't think there's anyone out there who has a problem with that in the slightest. I think most people are actually for it. It's obviously just some, like, stupid kid who's trying to get attention. But yeah, it's so fucking bizarre. But yeah, I thought that'd be, like, a weird little thing to end the video on. YouTube gets stranger and stranger as the day goes on. Like, to the point where it's actually just getting stupid at this point. But yeah, either way, please let me know your opinions on any of the topics we spoke about in today's video. If you did like today's video, please do leave a like on it. Subscribe if you are new. That would be a fucking big hand. Like I said, I'm trying to upload pretty much daily until the end of the year. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully we get somewhere close. But yeah, unfortunately for you guys, you're going to see a bunch more of my face in like the next month and a half. So yeah, until tomorrow, I guess I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, goodbye.
Till I die.